We are changing tires, right? On Leo's car. So safety first. It's 2nd of December.
The due date was 20 days ago.
So we're actually heading to Ljubljana.
And so this is NRR over time. This is B2B SaaS. This is B2C SaaS, so consumer businesses. And then AI's like gotten a little bit better at NRR.
We're looking forward to Sara's talk about SaaS metrics.
Guess I'm going to be speaking about SaaS metrics.
And it's kind of basic math.
But first, tires.
This LTV formula just pulls up.
To your left, you have silver ones, and below that, darker colored ones.
When I became a first-time VP of sales, and we missed, you hit quarter, hit quarter, hit quarter, and then you miss, and then you're like, holy shit. We gotta change everything.
You should always sell from a place of knowledge and credibility, folks.
I work with a really smart person called Thomas. He was at SaaStanak. He gave a really cool talk about this. And Thomas is our head of data analytics and revenue operations. And he said, look, people, they block cookies, they use VPNs, they have ad blockers. You're never going to have all the data you want, but it doesn't matter. Because once you've verified your approach, you've defined your SaaS metrics, you have clarity on what constitutes churn, you've tested against something more robust, and you know your results are consistent and accurate, but only capture 70% of the leads, doesn't matter. You know that you're missing a little bit of data, but you know that you're comparing things on the same basis. So your decision making is practically unaffected. And so this is sort of an analogy. You don't need 100% accurate marketing attribution, but I'm of the mind that you don't need that for SaaS metrics either. To illustrate that, I will tell you a story about a customer of ours who you may know. They are called Buffer. They're in the social media management space. They just celebrated 15 years of business today, and this is their chart, mobile chart, which I have borrowed from Joel's Twitter because he's commonly tweeting chart mobile charts and talking about their growth story. So I don't know what it was like to be the founder of a business with 80 employees when this started to happen. He's a pretty measured guy, so I just imagine it was emotional and tiring when growth started to slow down. Their signups were flat, their activation wasn't improving, and they were just in a free fall. So this happened for some time, and they were really public about it. They basically, regressed all the way past this section here that I've cut off of it, and we're hovering somewhere between 18 and 19 million after hitting that 20 milestone, which seems like it would have been tough.
Sorry, so this is growth or network?
Yes, this is growth. This is ARR growth over time. And so they had this really pretty nice trajectory. It's always nice when you zoom out and to the right. And then they started to lose customers and also lose traction. And this is a very long tweet, so I'll sort of summarize the quick takeaway for you. But what I really liked about what Joel said is, what happened? And he talked about basically they turned into maintenance mode. They became complacent about continued growth, and they brought on people that didn't have the same risk appetite as earlier team members. And so, our first sort of metric that we zeroed in on was revenue growth. It was about when that month is the same or, when that month is the same or regressing, you feel it, and you can't hide behind it. And so, they started to decline, and they had so very many issues that kind of led them here. And so instead of figuring out, how to perfect a SaaS metrics dashboard, they basically did a bunch of things to directionally kind of put them back on a path to growth. And so the first thing he did in his tweet was they shifted the company back to build mode instead of maintenance mode. They hired a bunch of people who were comfortable just kind of running playbooks and saying, yeah, we'll just send out that campaign, we'll just send out that newsletter, instead of operating with this mindset of how do we get more customers? How do we get our customers to stick around? How do we charge more customers? or introduce new plans or complexity or pricing. They also refocus down market, which is maybe counterintuitive in some ways, but is a testament to sort of the business they're building. They reinvested in marketing and they simplified product and pricing. And so this is a tweet where basically like they righted the ship, and there wasn't like a single SaaS metric that helped them do that. It was really like an honest stop at the business and a lot of introspection to say like, where are all the areas that are disallowing us from growing in the way we want, and how can we kind of return to a path of growth and make the right decisions kind of over time, because it's true that building a meaningful and lasting business takes a really long time. So don't obsess about accuracy, focus on direction. Direction beats precision, that's the idea here. And if you're trying to look at a metric or a decision and you think like, oh my God, we have to do something different, I implore you to use these 3 checks. Is the trend real? Is the trend meaningful? And do we know what levers move it? And the classic example is like, when I became a first-time VP of sales, and we like missed, you like hit quarter, and then you miss, and then you're like, holy shit, we gotta change everything. And so my boss is very cool, complacent, awesome CEO, and he was like, why? He was like, you just hit 3 quarters. He was like, figure out how you're gonna hit next quarter and move on. Like changing all of the strategy doesn't make any sense, right? The trend isn't real. Just keep doing, what we know works.